Cold. That is how it always felt, no matter the season, winter, summer, spring, or fall. Coldness laid over our house like thick ice. This is how I started the introduction to my book, God, Why Did You Save Me? My name is Carolyn Murphy, and if you met me on the street, you would have met a smiling, bubbly, and ready to lend a helping hand to anyone that needed it. You would not see my background, and I have found that I have experienced the things that could have happened to anyone, no matter their race, religious preference, or economic background. You would not see that although I was a very smart, popular, high achieving high school student who graduated as valedictorian and started college, that I was molested, raped, and lost younger siblings at an early age. You would not see the girl who struggled to deal with her trauma inadequately, ultimately making mistakes that led to cycle after cycle of downfall. Honestly, if I were to take a survey today, all of you would have a story of trauma to tell or share. But it is not about trauma, the hardship, or the struggle that you went through. Yes, it is important. We dare not minimize because our struggles, hardships, and trauma shape who we become consciously and unconsciously. But it is like the question my book poses, God, why did you save me? We can easily look around the world and see tragedy. The same thing that happens to you or someone you know happens to someone else and their life ends or changes forever. God, why did you save me? Two people are in a car driving down the highway. Suddenly, an accident occurs. One dies and the other survives. God, why did you save me? Two people are diagnosed with cancer. They both have the same type of cancer, the same recommended treatment plan, and the same expected result. One completes chemotherapy and rings the bell. The other's family is preparing to bury them. God, why did you save me? Two women are overjoyed as they prepare to give birth to their first child. They both hear the gentle thump of the child's heartbeat. But when it is time to go home days later, one mother is wheeled out, smiling with a bundle of joy in her hands, while the other mother and her husband go home to a baby room they may never use. God, why did you save me? I could speak forever about these types of situations, but at some point, you need to answer the question. I needed to answer the question. God, why did you save me? When I was 6 years old, my mom took me to Wisconsin. While there, we lived with my cousin and her husband. One night, my mom was gone and he came in. He attempted to rape me, but he could not fit. I still remember that distant glow of the TV screen. I remember feeling his hot breath on my face and neck. While he was with me, my mom came home. He said, "If you tell your mom, I will kill her." With that one phrase, he silenced me, and he silenced me for years. Not only did I keep that secret, but I kept many others throughout the years. God, why did you save me? When I was 8 years old, my mom was out for a night, and our house caught on fire. The little heater was too close to the bed. That night, I lost 2 more of my younger siblings to that fire. I still remember the dry blood on the wooden boxes. God, why didn't you take me? I had previously lost another younger sibling a few years before that to brain cancer. One day I had a playmate, and the next day I didn't. God, why did you save me? These situations taught me to hold too tightly to those that I loved, causing me to submit myself to abusive relationships years later. When I was 17, I walked home with a new classmate. I was supposed to go to my house first, but he asked me to go to his apartment first to drop off books. When we arrived at his apartment, he raped me. I decided to speak up, and when I did, my mom said I shouldn't have been there anyway. The police said there was no way to prove it. It would be his word against mine. I did not know about the rape kits then. I said, forget it. This situation taught me to continue depending on myself, fueling perfectionism and workaholism. My plan was to pull myself out of the pit, but that didn't work out as I hoped. Anger and pain constantly invaded my thoughts. God, why did you save me? So I had to answer the question, why would God save me? Why would he save someone who was seemingly unloved, constantly abused, and unwanted? Why would he save someone who was angry, did not have the skills to cope, and create cycle after cycle after cycle of bad decisions that not only affected her life, but also the life of her children? He saved me so I can tell people you have a voice, and there is someone listening. The only limits you have are the limits you place on yourself. He saved me because although bad situations happen in life, your life does not end. You have an opportunity to reshape it into something more beautiful. He saved me to tell you that you are enough. You are not an accident. You have a purpose. You do not have to accept what people have said about you. You determine who you are. He saved me because I am actively building a community and business for those who have faced trauma and are ready to come out on the other side victorious. These are only some of the reasons why God saved me. Now you must answer the question of why God saved you. Some of your reasons may be like mine. Some may not be. But regardless, give voice to your truth. The truth is that you are still here for a reason. The truth is that family member is still here for a reason. The truth is that friend is still here for a reason. Answer the question, God, why did you save me? If you reflect and do not know why, connect with me and I am more than willing to help you discover that why. As I close today, you heard me mention my mom multiple times throughout my stories. Growing up with a mom who was inadequately dealing with her childhood trauma and multiple losses was hard. At the end of my book, I speak about how I made amends with my mom. I remember asking her, Mom, why didn't you love me? She looked at me and said, Carolyn, it wasn't that I didn't love you. I saw too much of myself in you. She didn't want me to be like her or have the same experiences. Despite her desires, those life circumstances happened anyway. We cannot control life, but we can control whether we stand still and fulfill our purpose, sharing with people the wins we learned from life's harshest circumstances. God, why did you save us? He saved us so we can save someone else.